Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for tuning in today. Today we are doing our February weight loss check-in video. We like to do one of these at the end of the month and just check in with everybody and see how your month was. Today I thought that we could talk about how to get motivated when you're just feeling mentally exhausted. I don't know about you, but my mind is just so tired. Just with everything going on in the world, winter is not leaving. Today I think is the 9th of March, and we still have 3 feet of snow and flurries forecasted. It's cold, the sun's not shining, and that really affects my mood. And I think that I have that seasonal depression thing that you get, from January to March, because this has been a dark winter. Yeah, I really miss the sunshine, and I'm somebody that needs sunshine. So February wasn't the greatest month for me. I really didn't lose any weight. In fact, I think I might have put a pound on, but basically I just didn't follow any program. I just was not in the mood. I had a lot of stress going on. My husband was really sick with a really bad cold, and then he had his CT scan, and we were stressed, worrying, waiting for the results of that. And thankfully there are no new tumors, but some of them have grown slightly. But other than the really bad cold hanging on, he does feel fine, and we are very thankful for that. But after dealing with this for so many years, I'm just tired, really tired mentally. So I wanted to come up with a topic that could help all of us whenever we're feeling mentally exhausted and we just don't feel that we have the energy to put into taking care of ourselves. And we have to realize that no matter how tired we are, we have to do some small step every day to improve our health, because we are worth the effort. Yeah, that's why I'm so honest with my struggles with weight loss, because I know so many of you can relate to me. So let's face it, mental exhaustion can be just as tiring, and if not more tiring, than a hard day of physical labor, because we just don't get a break, with our stress, our anxiety, our worries. Whereas if, I unloaded hay for a day, yeah, I might be tired for a day or two, but I can sleep it off. So we have to really make a conscious effort every day to just do one small thing for our health journey so that we can take care of ourselves. And it's like building blocks. You just add one little thing in every day, and over time it becomes a habit, and then it becomes a lot easier to do. So my first tip is you want to start with small, manageable goals. So whenever you're mentally exhausted, just the thought of having to do one more thing in the day, it can seem overwhelming. So I suggest that maybe you just start with one small thing. Like if you're not a water drinker, maybe just drink 1 glass of water a day and be proud of yourself for accomplishing that. Maybe if you just do 5 or 10 minutes of walking in place or walking around the block, that is better than what maybe you didn't do yesterday. So it's really overwhelming whenever you set out with a huge goal, and I'm speaking from experience, because I remember last year I said I'm going to walk 30 minutes a day every day, and I didn't do it because it was just too overwhelming. But I can probably manage 5 or 10 minutes a day to start with. And I think that if I started with that, did that for a few days, then I'm going to see, hey, I feel better, not only physically, but mentally, because we know that movement can affect our mood and help us feel better. Tip number 2 is practice self-compassion. If you were speaking to a friend or a family member, you would probably speak to them compassionately if they were struggling with, losing weight or fitting exercise into their day. So you should not be any different. You want to speak to yourself kindly. Don't berate yourself. You know what? If you could only drink a half a glass of water a day, that's better than nothing. If the best that you could do in a day was to get out of bed and get dressed, that's a heck of a lot more than, maybe what you would have done a week ago. Just always try and find the positive, no matter how insignificant or how tiny it may seem to you. Those little wins add up over time, and you build on that, and that will eventually help you to get out of any, funk or feeling unmotivated. So we want to start with baby steps. We want to speak to ourselves kindly. It's very, very important, because if you're always speaking to yourself in a negative tone or negative words, that's not very motivating. And then I feel that if I was speaking to myself that way, I just wouldn't feel like doing anything, and I'd go back to eating, a bag of candy a day. So every day, try and find the positive in at least one thing. And I always like to end my day with thinking of 5 positive things. That helps me to go to bed in a better frame of mind. I find that I'm much calmer, but it's also nice to go to sleep thinking of something positive. And when you begin practicing the positive thinking, it may take you a while to find 5 things. And if you can only find 1 or 2, that's fine. But find something, and just remember that there's always somebody that is in a far worse situation. Did the sun shine today? Be thankful for that. Were you able to go and walk around the block? Be thankful that you can walk. Just find anything positive and try and practice that every night before you go to sleep. And you may find that you may sleep better, but also you may wake up in a much more positive mood. Tip number 3 is you want to make movement easy and enjoyable. I myself find it just too overwhelming to think that, I'm going to sign up for an aerobics class 3 times a week. I used to do that when I was a lot younger, and I really enjoyed it. But right now, today, the way that I am feeling, to me that would be torture. And I know that I wouldn't stick to it because I just know my personality. I can be very stubborn. And it just seems overwhelming from going from doing nothing to aerobics 3 times a week. So instead, what I'm trying to do is just say every day, just try and move my body. It may be something simple, like just dancing to a song on the radio, maybe doing some stretching, some yoga, maybe just walking around the house or walking around the block. Again, begin with small steps and then build on them. Because right now it is just way too overwhelming to, set out and say that I'm going to, start working out with a personal trainer 5 days a week. And no, I have to start a lot smaller. I think the next important tip is when you are trying to take better care of yourself and eat better, it can seem overwhelming when it comes to meal planning. So you want to start by focusing on simple nutrition. And what I mean by this is maybe do some meal prep where you cook some chicken breasts ahead and you have them already chopped up and ready to go in salads or in wraps. Whenever it's time for lunchtime, you can have something that's available to make a salad or a sandwich, and you're not maybe making bad choices and grabbing fast food or something. This is an area I have talked about that I struggle with, and I always say I'm going to make it a priority. I know I need to make it a priority, but I haven't. And I'm just being honest with you, I struggle with this. So what I am going to do is I am going to sit down today. I'm going to plan out 3 meals for the week that I feel that, aren't too overwhelming. I can go ahead and get some of the stuff prepped in the fridge ready to go. Like for dinner tonight, I'm making homemade beef stew. And I went ahead yesterday and I chopped up my carrots, celery, and onions. That's all in the fridge ready to go. So that's going to be really quick for me tonight whenever I make that for dinner. And I'm not going to decide not to make it because I feel too lazy to chop the vegetables. So whenever you feel like you have a burst of energy, maybe take that time and just do a little bit of meal prep. You don't have to make like, you know, tons of meals that are going to go in the fridge or the freezer. I'm talking about maybe boiling eggs and having them ready to go. You know, cooking chicken, having that ready to go. Maybe chopping some red peppers and some carrots and having that ready to go. So you can just kind of pull some stuff from the fridge whenever you're hungry, and you know, it's going to help you keep on track. It's really important to prioritize your rest and your recovery. Rest is just as important as exercise when it comes to losing weight and eating healthy. Because I don't know about you, but when I'm tired, I'm grumpy, I have no energy, and I don't have any time to think about taking care of myself. I'm just not in the mood. I kind of become like a bear. So what I have found is I really need to get a solid 8 hours of sleep every night in order for me to function. Because I have been dealing with this chronic stress for like over 31 years, dealing with my husband's cancer. And then the last year and a half, you know, with the new diagnosis, it's been a lot more stressful. And sleep has not been a priority. I can be falling asleep watching TV, go to bed, the minute my head hits the pillow, I'm wide awake and I am wired. And I'm looking at the clock, it's 3, 4 o'clock. I might as well get up and like do housework. If there was nobody else in the house that I would be disturbing, I probably would do that. But my point is, as we age, sleep becomes a little more difficult. It has for me. I don't know if it's just like the worry, the stress, the hormones, but sleep can become a challenge. I myself am not somebody that can nap during the day. I have never been able to nap unless I've been very, very sick. But if you can take a power nap, they say that is a great thing to do, especially if you aren't getting sleep. It's important to sleep. So, you know, before you go to bed, maybe don't watch TV. Don't be on your phone or any device. Maybe read a book. In bed, I find whenever I read, that makes my eyes heavy and I want to go to sleep. What I have found is whenever I'm tossing and turning, I really try and shut my mind off, and sometimes it is a struggle, but what I try and do is I'll maybe try and count backwards from 100. I'll maybe pretend I'm on a beach in the Caribbean and I'm just like concentrating on listening to the waves. You might be somebody that likes those white noise machines. They would drive me crazy. I can't deal with that, but a lot of people find them helpful. Just try, whenever you are winding down to go to bed, say you go to bed every night at 10, maybe at 9, just shut off all electronics. Just kind of sit and quiet your mind. Try not to stress about the news, what's went on in your day. Just really take this time to bring it down a notch. Maybe melatonin might be helpful. I've started taking magnesium. I found that magnesium really helps with my headaches. Speak to your doctor first, because, you know, taking supplements with some medications may not be okay. I'm not telling you to take this stuff. I'm just telling you what works for me. Those things have really been helping me to get some sleep at night. And if you want to wake up fresh and in a good mood, maybe hop in the shower in the morning. That might help you wake up too. Do whatever works for you. This one's a big one, and it is, you want to celebrate the wins no matter how small they may be, and you want to be patient. I am very impatient with some things, and I always have to remind myself that I just need to take it down a notch, and, you know, things will work out. So it's really important, like I said earlier, if you drink a glass of water a day and if you weren't somebody to drink water before, celebrate that. If you went out and walked up and down the driveway, celebrate that. It's more than maybe what you did yesterday. So it's really important to embrace the small victories and celebrate those wins, because then your negative thinking, or maybe you're being exhausted, is going to change. And remember, you know what? I actually felt good when I was outside breathing fresh air. So I'm going to try and do that again today. So never ever underestimate the power of small wins, because all small wins lead up to big achievements. Remember when you're mentally exhausted, it's okay to take things slow. It's not about pushing yourself harder. It's about making manageable, sustainable changes that fit into your life no matter how busy or drained you may feel. So I think today is March the 9th, and I did join Weight Watchers. I told you that a few months ago. I had signed up and got a really good deal in the new year. I haven't started the program. I haven't even looked at the program. Today is my day. I started it. I've already recorded what I had for breakfast. And after I use the app for about a week or two, I'm going to make a video and tell you my thoughts on the Weight Watchers, the new program. I'm still following what I learned with the dietitian, and I'm going to incorporate that into Weight Watchers, and I think that the two will go hand in hand. My reasoning for joining Weight Watchers was I need motivation, I need support, and you all give me so much support, and I appreciate you all. But I just need a little boost every day. And I saw on the Weight Watchers, the app, that you can attend virtual meetings, I think as many as you want every week. So I just kind of liked that, and I thought if I can go to one, maybe even two a week if it's a difficult week and I need that extra push, and then I'll take what I learned from that and share it with you. I think that Weight Watchers, they have changed, and now they're counting like the macros. I was never really into that. But I am interested in knowing how much protein I eat every day, because that was something the dietitian always said that I didn't eat enough of, and she's right, I don't. So I'm going to try and educate myself on ways that I can get more protein into my diet, ways that are pleasurable, because if I'm doing this, it's not like a quick fix, it's a way of life, and I'm not going to force myself to eat something that tastes like crap and I'm not going to enjoy. And she totally agreed with me. We had this discussion last year when I was telling her, about some of the things that I would have for breakfast. And every day I have the same thing. I have Greek yogurt, but I have the vanilla flavor, the 2%. I have tried the no sugar, the plain. They're gross. I don't like the taste. I've tried adding vanilla. They're still gross. I'm very much a texture person. Texture is really important to me. And I just prefer to eat the Oikos 2% vanilla yogurt. And she said for the difference in the calories, it's not a huge deal, okay? It's better than eating a chocolate bar. Find things that you enjoy eating. If you don't like eating fish, don't eat fish. I don't like eating fish. I like eating chicken. Chicken makes up probably 99% of my diet. I eat a little bit of red meat here and there. I do not like fish. Don't like pork unless bacon, once in a while, but I'm not real big on bacon. So just find things that you like. And as I learn things, I will be sure to share them with you. So it's the 9th of March, and today I committed to myself. I'm really tired today, and I don't know if I'm coming down with the flu, but my body just hurts everywhere. But I am committed. And I started tracking in the app, and I'm going to track everything I eat, good and bad. And at the end of the week, we'll see. How lost? Did I stay the same? Even if you stay the same, sometimes that's a win. So we have to remind ourselves about that as well. So my goal for the rest of March is to track everything that I eat, to learn about the Weight Watchers app. And at the end of March, I'm going to come back and I'm going to talk to you about if I think Weight Watchers can help me in my weight loss. It can't hurt at this point. So the takeaway from today's video is getting motivated to lose weight when you are mentally exhausted doesn't have to be a battle. Just try and implement a few of the tips that we discussed today, and I hope that you find them helpful. So start small, be kind to yourself, and record your journey along the way. Take your measurements, take some photographs of yourself right now. It's always good to have those visual reminders, because I'm a very visual person. And, if I can see what I looked like before I lost 27 pounds, then I think, oh, wow, I do see a difference there, and that can motivate me to keep going. Just take it small, enjoy each day. It's a process. It's a way of life. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint. And if you found my tips helpful and you haven't subscribed, I hope that you'll consider doing so. I upload 2 videos a week. I talk about fashion for us petite apple body shaped women over 50. And of course, I'm always sharing my weight loss struggles and triumphs. And lately it's been more struggles, but that's okay. It's always kind of like that in the dead of winter. So I wish you well in your weight loss journey this month, and I'll see you very soon in my next video. Bye.